Not surprised at all by the swiftness of the verdict or the actual verdict itself. It was inevitable given the fact that defense conceded in their open argument that the Tsarnaev did it, and then they made a decision not to put him on the stand to beg for his life. So I'm not surprised one iota.
Had they put him on the stand, do you think that might have made a difference?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, in this judicial system, if you, the defendant, don't talk, you don't walk. And in this circumstance, all that's left for him is to testify at his sentencing hearing, and he can talk all he wants then, but I don't think that's going to do him much good. Here, what could have done him a lot of good would be if he decided to take the stand, as I'm sure his lawyers wanted him to, and beg for his life. That didn't happen. Lord knows why, but it's just amazing to me that the defense team let that happen.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about that, particularly from your perspective as an attorney in Boston. When you found out that the defense wasn't putting him on the stand, you were, it sounds like you were flabbergasted. What possible reason could they have had for that, do you think?
I mean, maybe these out-of-state lawyers didn't understand the judicial system here in Boston, because here our jurors want to hear from the defendants. So what the judge did is he allowed these California lawyers to come in here and take over this case, and I wouldn't have let that go. They got an appellate issue there, as they do, of course, with venue in and of itself, Ian.
So the next step here, I guess, in terms of the technical process, is the judge actually handing down the death sentence. Is that inevitable? Is that the way that's going to happen?
Well, you never know with Judge O'Toole what's inevitable, okay? The rules call for a sentencing hearing, but we don't know what's going to happen between now and then, okay? The judge himself could say, you know something, I'm reversing myself on the venue decision. I'm reversing myself, or I am finding that the defense committed malpractice by not having Tsarnaev on the stand, and I'm vacating that part of the verdict having to do with the death penalty. Anything's possible here.
But if you were a betting man, what would you be betting right now?
Well, I think that's going to be a tough one, actually, for the judge to take away the death penalty verdict. The appeals courts can. The U.S. Supreme Court could. But I think for now, death is inevitable in this case.
One last thing, give me a sense as a Bostonian, as somebody who's lived through not just this trial, but also the bombing, what impact do you think this verdict is going to have on your city?
Well, I mean, speaking for someone whose office shook, I was working that day and my ceiling shook and we had crumblings coming down on top of me. I'm kind of glad to get rid of this guy. The courthouse can get rid of him and get back to normal course of business. And I think that the whole city will sigh some relief tonight and sleep well because of it, frankly.